Now, Indonesia has been one of the countries most focused on fighting inflation, and its relative success allowed the central bank to trim rates last month. But there are now worries that a proposed fuel price hike will fan inflation and slow economic growth. The BBC's Karishma Vaswani spoke with Indonesia's Trade Minister Gita Wirjawan, and she asked him what impact higher oil prices will have on Southeast Asia's largest economy.
It will have an impact on people's lives, and the government is highly empathetic with that. As such, we're also mulling over certain things that would help provide safety nets for particularly the poor people. In terms of when it's going to happen, I think as soon as the approval comes from the legislature, and that could come by the end of March or the early part of April.
So what impact will the hike in fuel prices have on Indonesia's inflation rate?
It will likely have an impact on price increases to the extent of probably 1 to 3% on top of the estimated inflation that we would have set for 2012.
So what does that make the total?
The original estimate being 5 to 5.5%.
So the total inflation rate for this year, if you add the original estimate plus the amount that we're expecting to be bumped up because of oil prices, what's that?
That's about 6 to 8%.
Foreign investors continue to complain about the same thing, how slowly infrastructure reform is happening in Indonesia. Can the government afford to be complacent?
The government has allocated around 60 billion US in the next 5 years for infrastructure building. A good chunk of that is going to port and toll roads and power generation and airports. Fiscally, we have a lot of space to spend money on stuff that's important for our future. Now, if I think investors see that we're serious about it, then it's a matter of putting the package all together in the right way for a PPP, a public-private partnership, which is happening already.
But corruption continues to be an issue. What is the government doing to tackle this problem?
We are not in a position to deny as to whether or not there is corruption. There is corruption, but I think the view taking ought to be whether or not there will be less corruption in the next 5 years or 10 years and 15 years. And the numbers don't lie. People are investing in Indonesia, which testifies to the fact that they have taken the view, and I think they subscribe to the view that it is going in the right direction.
And staying with developments in Indonesia, and the government has